that you love to watch me bleed. But not half as much as I love when you leave. I hate to see you go. But I love to watch when you're walking away from me. Walking away from me. Yeah, yeah. 'Cause I could be anything you want. I could be anything you need. Baby, tell me it's something real, and I'll give you everything. Every now with that wicked smile, you know I can't help myself. They play around with me for a while, keep tearing me up until there's nothing left. Ooh, it's obvious to me. Yeah, you love to watch me bleed. But not half as much as I love when you leave. I hate to see you go. But I love to watch when you're walking away from me. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you know I'm a beast. You know I'm a beast. Welcome to the feast. My whole team off the leash. We don't know defeat. Everybody eat. Ay, you know I'm a beast. You know I'm a beast. Welcome to the feast. My whole team off the leash. We don't know defeat. Everybody eat. Ay, you know I'm a beast.
Can I run up the score? Run up the board, breaking the mold. Ay, ay. The door, you know what happened, we step on the floor, ayy, ayy, coming from on, you don't want problems, you already know it, ayy, ayy, come on to it, you already know I'm finna go do it, ayy, yeah, I'm locked in, and I feel like Mark 10, ayy, walking to a room, chest up with my chin, ayy, already finished for this joint, if it begin, ayy, when is what I am, I cannot ever pretend, ayy, yeah, never pretend, ayy, back in the lab again, ayy, you when I touching the friends, ayy, you when I touching the kin, ayy, putting the points on the board, I'm killing the boys, you know what it is, ayy. Switching the moves, no number two, I came in the win. Like I said, I'm tapped in with the action. If it got the master on a master, I can never move passive. I'm active, I can make them go ghost on this cast. But wanna know who running it, just ask us. On the track, I'm gunning it, I'm blasting. This, that gas, and diesel, shack and dog.
You know I'm a beast. You know I'm a beast. Welcome to the feast. My whole team off the leash. We don't know defeat. Everybody eat. Ay, you know I'm a beast. You know I'm a beast. Welcome to the feast, my whole team off the leash. We don't know defeat. Everybody eat, ayy, you know I'm a beast.
Hold up. Pay attention, this is beast mode. Got an edge on the game like a cheat code. Had to tighten up my focus like a beep hole. I want the rings and the chains like I'm Depot. Big dog walking, check my status. We established when it's show. Time to squat, making plays. Ooh, it's magic like some. We want the smoke. Y'all ain't really about that action. We got perfect off the practice. They ain't working, so they lack it. I've been hungry all my life. I ain't passing up a plate. I can't quit until I win. I ain't having no debates. This is sacrificing heart. That's exactly what it takes. So I'm going full throttle at me back up out my way. Yeah, I promise you, you cannot stop me. Now when the whole team got me, I notice how cocky. But watch me, I'ma show you a horror. Check your parameters. You are not dealing with amateurs. You and your team cannot handle us. This excellence. Rich, stand it up, cause you know
I'm a beast. You know I'm a beast. Welcome to the feast. My whole team off the leash. We don't know defeat. Everybody eat. Ay, you know I'm a beast. You know I'm a beast. Welcome to the feast. My whole team off the leash. We don't know defeat. Everybody eat. Ay, you know I'm a beast.
smash your face into a car windshield and then take your mother, Dorothy Mantooth, out for a nice seafood dinner and never call her again. Dorothy Mantooth is a stay.
All day, every day. Mic check, 1 2 1 2. I sit when I go number 1 and number 2. Recoil has become a member of Hobby Hobo. What is that? Is that something on YouTube I set up that I forgot about? $5 super chat donation from Recoil. What's up, brother? Oh shit, is that, what is that? Is that like money sub to YouTube? Bro, I haven't gotten a fucking check from YouTube in like a year and a half. I have no idea. You have to hit $100 threshold. I have no idea where that money goes, the super chat money. I'm assuming it goes into my payout threshold. Scooby Druid, what's up, man? I'm going over there now. I'm looking at the analytics page. YouTube Studio. Click this button. Go to analytics, I'm assuming. Revenue, perhaps? Estimated revenue, $28. Let's see here. Where does it count the subs? Is it under earn? Memberships. I have 2 members. Revenue, $7.20. Recoil. Soil. This is my members. Hell yeah. Supers? What's supers? That's the super chat. I see it. I see them in there. I don't know how they get filtered into my bank account. No fucking clue. Google that shit for me, Recoil. It's super elite.
Let's do it!
Oh, it's too bright. Yo, dog, Kenny Boucher here, Next Level Painting, hitting you up on the literal best of all days, coming to you live from the Beats Lab in Citrus County, Florida. We're doing it again. How you guys doing? Sunlight beaming in. There we go. Scooby Druid said, I need to do Death Guard Mortarion. Your YouTube on it was top shelf, Kenny. Thank you, brother. I felt like it was top fucking shelf. I appreciate that. It's one of the reasons why I don't fuck around on YouTube anymore. Bro, I put like 60 hours of effort into that video, man. I made like $8. Like, I've been on you. I was like first 3 miniature painters on YouTube, bro. I've never made more than $200 in a month. It's like, nah. I have hundreds of videos. I'm just like, fuck it. Come to Patreon. Hook me up. Deuce, what's up, man? We're just chilling. Drinking some energy drinks. I took a shower. Went to Circle K. I'm in the inner circle, you know. And we're going to work on Fate Weaver, this book, perhaps. Nor says, you were one of the first YouTubers I watched for mini painting. Thanks, man. Appreciate that. Yeah, like, man, we started early, man. I think it was like buy painted and like less. Those were like the only guys doing YouTube content. And then it was me. Easy peasy. Says, I'm behind on hobby momentum. Shit happens. Still got about 130 infantry to paint, and my codex drops in 2 weeks. Yikes. Yeah. It's never too late to generate some momentum. Scooby Druid says, after I get some trigger control, you have to help me paint it. Trigger control? You mean on your airbrush? Easy peasy, 13 months back to Bizak. Renegade, I wonder who got the rest of the YouTube money. Ah, fuck it. Yeah. Oh, fucking. I just never got enough views to get enough money for it to mean anything. Noir fell off for a while, getting back into the hobby, getting back into old YouTubers. Hell yeah, man. Scooby Druid, yeah, man, just take my classes if you're trying to get good. Like, class 1 is the airbrush, focusing on things like trigger control. So, trying to get OP, generate some momentum. Exclamation point class. Coontastic says, I love energy. Like everybody, but the sugar content is insane. Have you ever thought about taking caffeine? Oh, I love energy like everybody. Taking caffeine or guarana supplements. No, man, like, I'm addicted to sugar, dude. Sugar's a perfect drug. There's no downside to it. Scooby Druid says, just got it. Mortarion is a good one to start. I mean, the airbrushing part of Mortarion is kind of easy, bro. Like, he's not very sophisticated. He's a guy in power armor. And the only thing you have to airbrush with any degree of subtlety is his wings. And you don't need to do the wings like I did. Like those types of colors, like I chose in the wings, that's a little bit more of a back and forth. But it doesn't have to be like that. Oh man, Rhea Prey, 5 years, boy. What's up, brother? Yo, what about those bar buffs, son? Oh, look how jacked I'm gonna get on Tuesday. Diablo 4. Scooby Druid says, okay, I'll set it up and sign up. Yeah, man. Patreon, pay as you go. You'll get a DM from the platform with all the links and everything, integrations and stuff. I've got a syllabus, and it's one-on-one. Like 300 students I've taught. And I've got classes I'm teaching in Ohio this month. Wyatt? Yeah, there's going to be an update on Tuesday. Like a balance update. For the whiners, honestly. But, like, you need the whiners to whine so that balances get seen, you know? So, let me, so we're going to do some promoting here. Shout out to anyone who's tuning in. We got Scooby Drew coming back to the scene. Noor, thank you guys for tuning in. We got my man Wyatt in chat. Old schoolers like Rhea Prey. We got the mods in the house. Rico, you get any info for me on that question I posed you? Got Jameson tuning in. That was magic. Camo specs online. So, Friday, 2x Yo Dogs and Beast Mode Friday. I've also got a promo. You guys may have seen it on Facebook, and I already added 4 names to my dice list. I'm promoting a pre-K ESE teacher wish list right now. And doing what I do and basically bribing my audience to go there and, you know, fulfill that wish list. Become entranced with the pre-K ESE education style. A little disheartened by the public school teachers' inability to pick up supplies, and it became kind of evident to me recently as I talked to my mom, who was a school teacher, how much out-of-pocket expense was a part of being a teacher. She was like a 4th grade English teacher, and I never knew any. I didn't really pay attention to any of that shit. And I remember she retired only after about 10 years, and I was like, "Why'd you guys retire?" My dad was like, It was a net zero. Like, it was like net zero. Like, you know, like your mom educating, being a teacher, doing 10 years, the commute, the out-of-pocket expense, the long hours. He was like, it was barely profitable as a household. Like, I was like, holy shit. So there's a lot of art, it turns out, in a lot of different ways presented into the education style used in the pre-K ESE classroom. So, exclamation point wish list. If you buy anything on that wish list, DM me proof. I add you to the dice list. I just ordered a second round of dice. So we have like over 1,000 dice coming in, I believe. 2 different types though. So, let's go. Thank you, Recoil. Jack of Clubs Painting says, have you done any boat ham? I have not, sir. I have not. Any particular reason? Want to. I knew he was going to ask some dumb shit. I was like, because he's not asking like for like advice. I was like, what is this motherfucker about to say? No, I not particularly, no. I've got a content list right now. We finished the Lord of Change. Then I'm doing a Corn Juggy Lord. Then I'm doing an Orc on the Squig mount. Then I'm doing the super jacked AOS guy. I always forget his name, but he's like the Minotaur jacked man. And then after that, we have like a 3-piece, including the Avatar cane. So my sponsored content list is kind of booked right now. So that's the gangster shit right there. Now, it is 2X Yo Dogs. Let me get the promos going here. Exclamation point class, anyone tuning in. Why it says sponsored, or how many OTP HJs do I need to transfer? I mean, bro, I can do it. It's just it's gonna be a minute. And also, my brother wants me to do Apocalypse when it comes out, so he's tentatively booked my earliest spot. So what if I forgave you of your debt? Like, I can pay the Votan guy for you. Yeah, man, I'm telling you, it's just gonna be a minute, dude. Did you hear that whole list? What do you want? What Votan guy do you want me to pay? Nor Deuce. Thank you for the follow. Much love, brother. Beast Mode Friday. Every Friday, guys, exclamation point 666 or bonus. You get bonus Yo DZs for these gift bags. Been talking to Game Envy. Been talking to Monument. We got some stuff coming in. Already did some shipping this week. Also, we've moved the 2X Yo Dogs to Fridays since we don't do the Saturday. And it is technically a Florida Man Friday. I sent Recoil. Did you get your package from me yet? I sent you some hype ass Florida Man Friday shit. Recoil said there's a $100 payment threshold before you get paid. When you pass that payout, the first 2 weeks of a month. Yeah. That's how it works. So does it get lumped up into your normal revenue, or are they independent of each other? Because I've got like $18 in ad revenue right now. Fucking skeezy ass. Look at the size of that fly. How did you get in here? Fucking fly. What the hell? Dude, that thing is huge, man. I'm not concerned that it's a wasp. Bro. Dude, it teleports. I just watched him go all the way over there and then teleport back over to here. Fucking teleporting flies in Florida. Recoil, thank you for researching that for me. I appreciate it. So, again, guys, the dice dump command is the wishlist command. And this dice dump window is during the show. And if you see my Facebook posts, it only lasts as long as there's stuff on the wish list. And so it's one of the only ways you can buy into the dice giveaway. I've got a set of exclusive Bear to Dice fucking hype ass dice coming in on top of our global dice giveaway. We got like 1,000 dice coming in. 2 different styles. We already have a list of names for the global dice, and I made sure there's enough extra for the, like, little things like we're doing right now. But then going into the summer, we'll have the Bear to Dice giveaway. Darth says, fucking Florida flies, be careful. It might be on meth, y'all. Teleporting fly, definitely on meth. And when it comes to a question of DMing me proof, you can always Facebook it to me. No problem. Discord it. Whatever. Carlos Gomez, thank you for the like over there on the Facebook. That fly. Love Minnie says, when I went to school, we always had to show up with our own supplies. If we didn't, parents were called, kids sent home, and supplies. You know, there's that set of supplies. And that's kind of what I was aware of. But like pre-K ESC is different. Like these are kids with like autism and stuff. So it's completely different. And totally basically on the teacher. And, you know, typically these issues crop up because of low-income school areas with different budgets. And so this specifically is targeting one such school in that district. This exclamation point wish list promotion. And because they are low income, they're not required to bring supplies. Renegade says the soap bubble gun would be really fun for them. I've learned a lot. And as far as sensory education goes, soap bubbles are fucking hype as shit for kids with autism. Yeah, Sir Crow, he gets it. He's like, teachers spend so much of their own money on their classes. Education is important to me, as you guys know. Both my parents are teachers. My dad focused on adult ed, technical education. My mom was a 4th grade English teacher. My brother is also an instructor for Ray's Academy, and I do what I do. So I'm always looking to support the arts, and turns out there's a lot of art in pre-K ESE. So enough about that. That's the promo. You want it on the dice, you know what to do. We're gonna kick it on over to the money shot, and we're gonna get some painting done. We'll get my pills. If I don't have this, I don't take my pills. That's what I learned. So let's lock into the obesity cradle. Oh. So where we left off is Mr. Weaver here. Want to give him a softie. We got the nut curtain. He's looking tight. We got his feet, everything. So we need to get the book mounted. Okay, so today is the book. Love minis. I know it's ridiculous. Teachers shouldn't have to buy supplies. They already are their income bracket is known to everyone, right? It's not like the salary is already kind of questionable for what they provide to us, to our kids and stuff. And then on top of it, that's crazy. Like I said, the story I was telling before you came in here, Love Minis, was I never knew why my mom stopped, quit teaching when we were 2 double income household. And then my dad, when I asked them recently, they were because it was almost a net zero proposition after everything was said and done. It was almost not making the money as a household. Because of things like this, Okay, so we've got the old magic book, and we've got a lot of it prepped for paint. Now I think we can do a lot of this right here. So let's start off simple. Before we get too into it, let's grab a soft dry. This fucking fly. Let's grab one of my soft dry brushes. And let's grab a little golden brown. This fly is doing laps around me, just trying to irritate the fuck out of me. Look at this. What the hell, dude? Come on, man. ADHD, you can't be doing that shit, man. Okay, so here's just some golden brown. gonna get our dry brush loaded up. I'm gonna cradle the model here so I don't break it off. And what we're gonna do is just move down the texture. And we're just gonna kind of establish some more of the golden brown feeling over the textures. You see that? How fast that happens? We're using very light brush pressure, and we're just moving across the grain, and we're using the right tool for the job. More pigment in the house. What's up, brother? Now let's push it a little bit with some white. So we're going to put some white and kind of get it pushed into this mix right here. Take the excess off. But the reason I'm doing this now is because I might get some of this on the book. So better do it now and then fix it before we do a bunch of book detail. See, I'm kind of skipping around a little bit. Let's get a little bit more white. This puddle. Shout out to Idiot on a rampage. 11 months, bro. Almost a year. What's up, man? Going through your goodie bag, eating some pizza. That makes me happy to hear, brother. Exclamation point hype for my boy right there. Exclamation point dice dump. If you're just tuning in. A little bit more white. Let's sneak down here. All right, that's good. So now we can kind of consider the book. This book is going to be... this book's going to be a thing. Now, I think I used... Fuck. Did I use ivory? I used ivory, right? Get some ivory out here. Let's maybe we should, on parchment like this, it's never a bad idea to use a little wash. So I'm actually going to just take a little Army Painter soft tone. And this actually can be kind of clutch here. So I'm going to take some of this, maybe add a little water. See, I want to get these pages right here. And I kind of feel like I need to do it all. Using the big brush here. Soft brush pressure. Little water. Kind of push it around using the More of the active washing technique. Soft, stippling, little water. Be careful not to reactivate the paint. Use a little bit of stippling with the moisture to kind of make the pulling vanish. A little bit of moisture right here. Kind of just bring some of that away. So we're basically trying to generate a little bit of texture in there using the soft tone. And then I'm going to use the ivory to go back over some of that to repair it. Okay. So we're going to let that dry up for a second. Then we're going to, and see, you see, we get a little pulling right here. We're going to want to adjust that with the brush right there. Okay. So I've got some pure golden brown. Let's hit these latches. And I'll come back in and shade them later. See that? Right there. Right there. High opacity, low moisture using the heart pull. Let's get a little water. Just water it down, pat dry it. Let's glaze some of this yellower mix in right over this. So low opacity and lowered moisture. To kind of give it a nice filter. When you when you dry brush it all up, it tends to lose a little bit of that yellow feeling. There we go. Let's make sure to get the sides here. And we're going hard with just a golden brown. Letting the book pages dry. A little washing that we did. Tell you what, this back cover is going to be a fucking nightmare. Templar in chat, what's up, man? Okay, so we need to get this fucking, all this shit painted. This is going to be a thing. So let's just go ahead, stop being lazy. Let's get some of our NMM gold colors out on the palette. We're using burnt orange for a lot of this. And we're using mahogany as well in conjunction with our golden brown. That's kind of the Kenny orange gold combo. Still have this little tray. Let's get a little noosh. I love using noosh almost every project now. So let's get a solid base coat established where we just kind of combine everything and just kind of eyeball like what looks good is like a good midpoint starting place. So what we need to do here is carefully paint this nonsense. And I'm relying on the heart pull here. And I'm not going to try to do the risers. I'm just going to do the tread right now. If you don't understand that terminology from my show, just ask. We're using reasonably opaque paint with no real added moisture, just a little noosh. We're using some stipples right here. And mostly from the heart pull position. Idiot and a Rampage says that. What's this interesting? Some Kenny Rugrats running around that we don't know about? No. Recently been introduced to the world of pre-K ESE education, and I find myself inspired by it. And I've learned a lot about how much financial obligation is kind of put on the teachers who are already not making a lot of money, and like it's something that is like near and dear to me. Eating a Rampage. When I was in school, I was in LD classes. They didn't have like a real ESE program. They really hadn't expanded the education style, and I always felt like the school system absolutely left me behind. I was in LD classes from kindergarten to 6th grade. And it was kind of a one-size-fits-all approach to people with learning disabilities. And it was not a good approach. I remember my teacher, everyone thought she was like a saint. Like she's the greatest person in the world, like taking a special interest in us. But really, she just gave us workbooks that were for babies. And I just gamed baby workbooks until I was in 6th grade. And I wouldn't have to do real math and real reading in my homeroom. So essentially, I fell through the cracks and couldn't read until I was almost in 5th grade. To this day, I don't know the multiplication chart. I got a few of them memorized, and I just have to kind of math everything out. You know what I mean? The concept of memorizing the whole thing, it's not in my brain. It's, I think about people who have specialized training and interests in this market, like the ESC market, and I learned that, especially with kids with autism and stuff, that there's a lot of art used in the education style, and I was like, well, fuck, I can promote that, I can get behind that, and this is in a school county near me, low income school county. These teachers are saints. Pre-K ESC, fucking saints. You want to talk about the most important time in a kid's life, the developmental years, the first 6 years of their life? These pre-K ESC teachers are essentially positioned to be the most important person in that kid's life, forever, informatively. Repray says, don't worry, you don't need multiplication table to theorycraft seasonal builds. I don't. Turns out I didn't actually need the multiplication chart because I can add. So I just, I have a lot of weird ways of doing math in my head that like people around me who are teachers are like, that's nonsense. How the fuck? And I'm just as fast as a lot of people who know their multiplication chart. I like come up with my own shit. We're just doing a lot of stippling here. Thank you, Idiot on Rampage. And I posted about it on Facebook, and I'm now in talks with another one of our viewers who does charity work with ESC kids in that school county. So I'm trying to get something set up there too. But you know, you got to kind of start where you can. I can vouch for the credentials of this wish list personally. So you see, high opacity, low moisture. We're doing mostly stipples and heart pulls. So we're laying down this nonsense. You see, we just airbrushed that. Remember? We just did a quick little airbrush. And now look, we're building over it. Look how good that starts to look. Repray says, that's the trick to math. The proper technique only matters when your work is being graded. Being right is the only end goal that matters. Thank you. Oh my god, I love minis. You had a friend whose parents wouldn't let him use the bathroom until he answered the multiplication chart? That's cruel. I taught him, you taught him how to do it so he can go to the fucking bathroom. Thanks. Thank God I love minis. Alright, so we've got the base work there. Just the risers. Let's get this other nonsense here. Or not the risers, just the tread. And see, this book is like a whole model. Establish dominant. Shit your pants, racket chicken. Help. Scooby Doo says you studied a lot of math, Scooby Druid. Getting the answer right is the end game. Hell yeah. Pray, poo poo equal floor. Okay, let's see if we can get this. Side panels. I say I gotta bring some blue in here too. So now we can go back to some of this stuff we did and introduce a little shade to the centers. Top and bottom there. See? It's that shit. Real love is your mama's mean but never did that. That's gay. Yeah, it's fucking gangster. Sir Crow, your girl works at an autism clinic, basically getting kids ready for school, age 2 to 7. You get it. You know what I'm talking. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Let's rotate. I'm gonna use the smaller brush. Let's get a little bit more of the bright gold involved here. The brighter color. High opacity, low moisture. Tip of the brush. A lot of stippling here. These are really easy to mess up. Mini Rampage. I may be buying 6 items on the list. Where do I send the pictures? You can Discord them to me or Facebook me. Thank you, brother. All right, so I think we've got the gold mostly blocked in here. Let's crank it up a little bit. Oh shit, I need some white. Did I not put white down? Okay, so I'm gonna get a little white in the mix, a little bit more of the golden brown. I'm gonna do a little tri-blend. Bright, dark, bright. Mostly just stippling it in, you see? That's just some white mixed in with the golden brown. Same thing right here. We're going to just kind of carve it up. See, we're just doing the edges right here. Same thing right here. We're going to get a little whiter. Gonna just stipple in there for that little bit of gleam. There it is. Right, a little bit right there. Just doing mostly some edge highlighting. Running a little quick tracer. Let's not ignore this. So this is tricky. So what you have to do is kind of like fake and edge highlight. See? We just run a big heart pull down the side like that. So it kind of looks like it has an edge, you see? Both sides. Like that. Want to make sure it gets nice and bright down here where it's sharp. Just a little under these gem settings. Want to get a little whiter now. Get a little noosh in the mix. Now we want to make sure we want to get it. We want to kind of orange that up a little bit. You see, we're missing that kind of that orange feeling. So let's lower the opacity, get a little burnt orange in the mix. Glaze like a center channel of it down the middle. Low opacity. Now we want to yellow it up again with some of the golden brown. Bring some of that back in. Sure we're looking clean on our edges. You see it lost a lot of saturation. Let's take a little bit more white. Let's just hit the sharp things, you see. Under the gem setting. Now, speaking of gems, let's paint the actual balls white. That's been our move. Just gonna stipple them with a little white. And then we're gonna glaze them with transparent. Here's some pure white. Now, let's go back a step to the golden brown. We could use a little bit more golden brown inside these little symbols. They're just a little neutered right now. We gotta get Indian Rampage. Thank you, brother. It says items bought and will be there Monday. Only 5 items because someone sniped one out from under me. Thank you, brother. You're the man. It's gonna bother me unless I do something about it. So let me grab a little transparent blue. Little noosh. Nope, that's transparent purple. You know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna ride it. I'm gonna let it ride. Transparent purple with some noosh. Inside the hole. Want to darken the crevasse inside these little shapes, and fuck it, I'll use the purple. And since I'm here, let's grab a little, you know, I think we were using a little jade for this. No, let's go back to the transparent red tech. Getting a rampage. Let's go. We're gonna go with some transparent red. A little noosh, a little water. Right here. And we're just gonna kind of drop it in there with a little stipple action. That last brushstroke kind of got away from me. Using a little water to try to correct it. Grab a little white. I'm going to add some white to the transparent red. There it is. We'll go back to golden brown. Scooby says, transparent's like inks. They're kind of like inks. Yeah, you can think of them like that for sure. They're not inks. They're acrylic paint. Mostly the pigment with the thinner rather than the acrylic medium. But you can absolutely rationalize them like inks. They're better than ink though for a lot of these for a lot of this technique. All right, so let's grab a little jade. Let's grab a little blue. I actually need transparent blue now. So a lot of times I use the transparency to punch things up too. Like that transparent blue plus this blue is like preposterous. We get a little jade in the mix. That's kind of what we've been doing. You see the book. We need to catch that rail. So I'm using the heart pull. Just makes it easier having to thin main paints. Well, you can't thin a traditional acrylic paint and have it apparate this way. Like it's about the saturation. The transparents are preposterously saturated because they're like just pure pigment. Heart pull right here. And thinning your paints is kind of like it's a term you'll hardly hear me use. It's kind of like a term that doesn't really describe the optics, just the physical state. So you'll hear me use terms like opacity and moisture. Those are the only two things that matter to me. I basically drive that shit home like crazy in my classes. Now, since I'm messing around here, let's grab a little white, throw that in the jade kind of blue mix. And let's do a quick tracer. Hold your breath, swing it from right to left, high opacity, low moisture. We'll always be rotating using the side of our brush. Let's get it more white. Right there. Same thing kind of right here. We're going to end up getting that a little bit on the gold edges. Right here. Oof, got it on the... This is tricky. Might need to just heart pull that. There we go. Now we're going to get a lot more white. We're going to just subtly hit this line right here again. All right. Let's go back to the golden brown mix. Reinstall right here. Little on the tricky side. Get a little white. Fuck. I got it on the blue. It's super tricky to not keep getting it on the blue or the gold. Okay. Fix our blue right there. All right. This gets us back to the book. That's where I wanted to be. Wanted to be on the book. So let's see. Okay, I got a small dry brush. I'm going to take the ivory. What I'm going to do is try to get a nice dry brush on these pages, you see? The ivory can actually get on anything else around it. It'll work. It's fine. It'll ride. See? So we're trying to bring some love into those pages and subtly highlight some of these textures. Let's get more ivory, remove. We're going to use this to kind of just beat up the pages a little bit, weather them out. And it's okay if it gets a little rough and dry. I mean, it's parchment. It's one of the best things in the world to be dry brushing. See, and we're trying to build texture. Let's get a little bit more. Jacob Miles, what's up, man? Jacob Miles likes a wild style. See, and we're just building it up. Now let's grab a little pure white. Run it in here. Wells over on YouTube. What's up, man? And so we put a little white in the mix. And we're going to hit those pages again. Hit a little bit right here. See? Cross the grain. It works, you see? So now our pages look beautiful. The little danglies, beautiful. We can even use this smaller dry brush to kind of target some of this. Finally came off. I knew it would. Which is fine. Because I think I might need it to come off for the next steps. So we got to put some writing on this stupid thing. Now, got two options. Draw a bunch of runic symbols on it or just do words. I kind of feel like we need to do the symbols. I think there's a picture actually over here. Let me look. I like the idea of each symbol nonsense. Yep. This is hype. Got a little picture I'm looking at. The bird flew tomorrow. Yes. What's up, Friedman? A haiku about birds. So, this page, they do something pretty neat. So let's grab... One of my strategies for this is to take the color that's already there, which is ivory. And I'm going to add the thing I want it to be, which is transparent red. Okay, I'm going to add a little noosh to lower the opacity substantially. But we want it to be closer to ivory than red. See? And what we want to do is I like this design they did. What they did is they did like a V ending underneath of this thing. Like so. So I'm using the heart pull. Very faint lines. Then what they did was they connected those V's. so, then this V actually keeps going up. This line, so I went a little, so I'm going to do a second line that connects. Mine's going to be a little different. Okay, so I've got it. So it's on there so faintly that you probably can't even see it on camera. Recoil, you just picked up that new airbrush custom for your birthday? Hell yeah, dude. All right, so let's grab some transparent red now. Let's lower the opacity. And we're just going to follow the lines we made with the heart pull. And now I'm going to take some maybe some burnt red. And I'm going to mix the burnt red and the transparent red together. Lower the opacity with Noosh substantially. And I'm going to hit that one more time. But this time I'm going to kind of stipple along it. And I'm trying to create a sense of line shape that's a little bit more raw. Look. I'm trying to install like kind of like deliberately was drawn on there. See, with the little squigglies, we're just doing like Morse code. So this is burnt red mixed with the transparent red. Very low opacity with some Noosh. And we're stippling from the heart pull position, creating line breaks deliberately. So we've got like this super demonic symbol right there. Thank you, Scooby Druid. So in that Scooby Druid, what we utilized there was the heart pull and the stipple stroke, which is in my classes. We lowered the opacity while maintaining decent moisture because we didn't have water. We had a Noosh, which is a medium. So it was low opacity, but still also low moisture. Now the other side, they do some wild shit, which I love. So let's get, first off, let's do our thing again. Let's get our super barely not red like ivory here. And I like, this helps me like kind of draw like drafting lines. And so there's like a symbol here they drew that I really like. And it's almost like it's like a, almost like a heart. And then there's a line down the center here. And then there's like a half curve, like a half moon right here. Now I'm going to try to bring that symbol to life. Okay, I can see it. It's sketched on there really well. Scribby Druid, you thought the noose was for adding grime? Mind My Hobbies has a way of marketing things, like, and then I discovered better, like, what they're really for. Like, noosh is an acrylic medium. So if you add acrylic medium to a paint, what it will do is it will lower the opacity without adding moisture, always. Now, it's been chemically formulated to slow the dry time down, so it's kind of like a drying retarder. But it's more than that because it also will reactivate with water, kind of like oil. So what it does is it gives you longer work time than a normal medium would, and will maintain a subtractive quality unlike normal retarders. So when you put all that together, I find myself using it constantly. So I'm creating more work time. I can correct my errors. Like I can do all sorts of stuff with it. I've been messing with it for months now. So the same thing. Let's grab a little transparent red, and let's see if we can bring the shape in here. So what I'm looking at here is like that. Here's our kind of crescent shape right here. And here's kind of like this spike right here. Now my shape is not as cool as theirs, but now I'm going to go into the blood red, like the more blood red mix that we created. And we're going to do some stippling. I like it skinny here, but I want it to get fat here. And then skinny again here. So mine is not nearly as cool as theirs. They shape theirs better. But I think I can kind of expand upon that shape. I think I can add an arm here. Coming out right here. And turn it into somewhat of like a DNA symbol almost. lowered the shit out of the opacity right here. And I want to get some of the burnt red, and I want to stabilize a little darker in some areas. And we have one more obvious window for a symbol, which is up here. So let's go with a devil pitchfork. Upgrade our mix. Get a little bit of the kind of burnt red mix. Our stipples. There we go. And now they put a bunch of like cool demon symbols. Let's see if we can get behind that. And they're using blue, which I really like. A combination of blue. So let's look here. They got like, let's see if we can just emulate some of this stuff. Like a diamond. Like a Y. Random rectangle, like a right angle, like an arrow. I'm not doing one for one what they did. I'm just stealing some of the shapes, like a weird kind of T symbol right here, but with like a hook. Kind of like a S. Using stipples right there. V. Recoil's mom in the chat. How you doing, Recoil's mom? We got like a line right here, and kind of like a hook in it. Random dot, random dot. Two arrows right there. Diamond. Kind of like an infinity. Got like dot right there. Y. Dots. Grab a little ivory. Thanks, Carl Bone, over on YouTube. Shoved a little ivory in the mix to kind of put like a bit of a blur on some of these. With a little noosh. It's good enough. And then we've got to paint, obviously, all this nonsense in here. Maybe a little bit more edge highlighting. Maybe we can actually get in here and really dominate some edges with some white. Using the tracer technique, high opacity, low moisture. This book is kind of a big deal on the model. Absolutely a focal point. So they've got, yo, that is wild how they did that. Dude, they're fucking nuts. They took these are just like beads. Okay, look. These are just big ass beads. They painted these like their gem settings, where they painted it like they painted these gold, then they subtracted and put a gem effect inside of it and painted it like it still has a metal frame around it when they don't. That shit's gangster. They're just big ass beads. And then, of course, this, they painted these, it's all just beads, right? So we can kind of do anything we want here. I think that we don't need to do a gold effect. I think we can actually do like the colors of zines here. I think we can take the blue. They went with gold beads. I want to go with blue beads and gold. And the big white ones I painted, I'm going to paint them yellow. like Thousand Sun style. So we're using high opacity, low moisture mix of our blues, stippling down and heart pulling, keeping them on the beads and off the paper. Take a little white, a little jade and white mixed together. Kind of run like a gangster tracer. Right there. Take more white. I'm actually gonna do something kind of wild here in a second. Got it on the parchment. Let's take a little of the transparent red. And I'm just going to stipple some of that in on the bottoms. Okay, now go back to the white. Stipple the mid-tone in. So they're like a little bit of a faded effect, right? We're setting up a magenta to white right there. Let's grab more white. Stipple it in. Let that ride for now. We're going to do a whip session here in a minute. Let's go back to our palette. Let's grab burnt orange, golden brown, and mahogany. These are definitely going to be gold right here. So we're doing our base color. Using relatively high opacity here, low moisture, small brush, stippling, and heart pull. Let's grab some more of the bright mix, which is just golden brown. Set up a basic tri-blend. Bright, dark, bright. Bright, dark, bright. No real blending is happening here. We're just kind of layering it. Let's add a little white. Go back in time with more golden brown. Lower the opacity now. Stipple that in. It's a placeholder. Let's grab white. These are also big old gems. Potentially. Take a little watered down jade and blue. A little white. Mix it into that mix right here. Find respect. Heart pull, bottom right. Give yourself a bit of a bright spot down there. Add a little more white. Lock it in. That's good base coats on those little miscellaneous details. Let's grab one last thing, and then we're going to do a whip session. If you're just tuning in, exclamation point whip. If you want to jump in, it is a Beast Mode Friday. Double yo dogs. I'm going to take some transparent yellow. Okay, you watching? We're going to paint over these beads, which is transparent yellow. The ones we set up with the white magenta effect. And so that's like our little shout out to like 1,000 Suns. It's like our little nod, right? We take a little mahogany and ivory, maybe a little of the wash. I'm just erasing that little mistake right there. All right. Let me close the palette. Let's set up for the whips. Me, oh man, that's my dude right there. 58 months back to Bizak. What's up, brother? Here, let's grab the Mr. Weaver himself. What did I just drop? It's kind of upsetting that I have no idea what I dropped. Looking good. And here's our It's not going to sit there on. Gotta scrape some of that glue off. So you see, having this glued on would have been a nightmare. Trying to paint that. That's why we sub-assembled it and airbrushed it separately to make that so much easier. If this were in the way, bro, think about everything. Trying to fucking paint all that. We left the nut curtain off as well, and we airbrushed that separately and glued it on. He was just a naked bird. We did a bunch of airbrush cheating, a little bit of dry brushing, blocked in his details, went section by section with an NMM style, using a effect from our curriculum. Now we're looking good. We're looking good. And then, of course, we still have the wings. The wings are still sub-assembled. We should be starting those Tuesday. R. Charb. Says sick. Thanks, man. Scooby. Wicked attention to detail. Thanks, man. See, it's simple, though. You saw how much of it was just tracer technique, heart pull, dry brushing, wash. That's literally just the basics of the 101 curriculum. The heart pull, when you learn it from me, like, it is the brushstroke of precision, and it does open up things like freehand. And all I did was freehand geometric shapes. That's easy. If you can do the heart pull, you can do that. It's super easy. If you have the right tool for the job, too. There's brushes in my list. 18-0 synthetic that I like to use for that kind of shit. I try to mitigate the fail rate through technique and supplies. I'm a professional commercial artist. I've been a pro commercial artist since 2010, paying my bills. So I approach this from that perspective. Procedure, repeatable, attainable, sustainable. Scott, thank you, brother. So let's lock in. We're going to set up for a whip session. They pop up a Discord. I imagine there's like a proof of purchase in there. I got a mark. Let me do that now. Grab my notepad. We are running a promo right now. Multiple promos. No, where's my pen? Guys, I'm going to be fucked if I can't find my pen. Bro, I have successfully not lost this pen for 3 months. Now I don't see it. Did I put it over here or some shit? No. It's so upsetting, guys. I was so proud of myself. I was so proud of myself. That rat bastard. Thank you for the follow. I got you, brother. You need a rampage. Added you to the dice list. You my man. Got the DM. What happened? The new episode of The Long War is not up on Patreon. Oh yeah, that was my fault. All right, let's key it up. Exclamation point whip. Babble Rouser, what's up, brother? Scooby says, life easy to PA paints to do Vallejo. PA paints or do Vallejo. Is life easier? Oh, you're asking me what paints to use? Yeah, Monument Hobbies, Pro Crypt, dude. 100%. Best paints in the game. All right. Easy peasy. Posted up right before we went live. Get this queued up. Stealer Cult, Hobby Momentum. Here we go. There we go. That's what I like to see. Oh, his phone is straight up in the way. There we go. Yo, easy peasy. We got a class coming up soon. How's your trip, by the way? Scooby says, you have Vallejo Game Air. Are they trash? They're not trash. They were like the hotness back in the day. When they were like the first alternative, like that was stable across the line to GW. Yeah, that was the hotness, dude. Straight up. But it's not the hotness now. Still, you could use it. But I find Vallejo, when it comes to their paints, with some exceptions, that the thing that they're most consistent in is being inconsistent. B Mini. Oh, B Mini, didn't you hit me up? You hit me up on Patreon today. I never got back to you. I started reading it in my emails, and then I realized I couldn't finish reading it, so I marked it as unread. But I plan on reading that shit and digesting it. Easy peasy, trying to get all this collection done and start the next level project. Yeah, I'm with you, dog. I love the strategies. You did really good with your attainable, sustainable workflow strategies from just independent study, and now you're one of my students, so we're gonna take it to the next level. What are you chastising Templar for, Recoil? I don't even see him in here. Oh, you asked why he owns so many butt plugs. I didn't even see that comment. That's not even that many butt plugs. It's like a normal amount. Good job, easy peasy. Appreciate it. Sir Crow, let's take a look. So here's that thing you were painting. Let's see your glamour shots. So is the skin blacker like this? Because I remember before it looked really elephant gray. I like it much better like that. Yeah, this is way better. Oil wash. Use the black oil. It was a good choice. Here's the trees that you're working on. Oh, these are coming out good. You're going to that Road Trader tournament in Orlando this weekend, right? Have you been tearing it up at the Road Trader scene? Yeah, look at all this tree is nuts. He's like, nah, I'm garbage. Does Jerome go to that one too? Was that his area? That's his neck of the woods, right? Picked up the Zangor Enlightened. Gonna run those. Oh yeah, man. I'll be back soon. I gotta finish my queue. You know, what'll happen is I'll go to the GW Open and in Tampa and play the new missions for the first time like I do. 6 games, learn it. You know, winning record, you know how it is. Can't teach what I have. Sir Crow, other side of town. He's on the list. I like him. He's nice. Say hi for me when you see him. I do plan on going to some of these road traders. It's just not every weekend. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not ready yet. Orlando is an hour from Orlando. You don't have to tell me, bro. I lived in Los Angeles for 8 years, bro. But it's wacky because for some reason Florida traffic's worse with less people. I don't get it. Like, I grew up in South Miami and Kendall and stuff like that. Like when I was a teenager, way worse. Traffic is way fucking worse. I don't get it. Like, look, compare the population of Miami to fucking Los Angeles. It's incomparable. Why is the traffic so much fucking worse in Miami? But it's bad as fuck in Los Angeles. Basically, this is the rule, Sir Crow. We don't leave for any engagements, period, between the hours of 5 p.m. and 7 p.m. You plan everything before 5 and after 7. And it's never really a problem. If you get stuck out in the 405 at 4:35, you're kind of fucked, no doubt. But you know what's crazy? I've never actually seen the traffic in the 8 years I lived in Los Angeles. I've never actually seen the traffic come to a stop on the 405. I've never actually witnessed that. It slowed down. Fast, slow, fast, slow, fast, slow. Annoying, no doubt. But I have memories of pure road rage inducing parking lot situations like an 836 bypass going from Palmetto Expressway to the Turnpike, where I'm just like in a 5-lane road, just sitting there, just nothing's happening, and nothing's happened for 35 minutes every day at the same time. Like, bruh. B Mini says I-4 is a straight up death zone. Drivers are terrible in Florida. I-4? Yeah, I drive on it all the time. It's not so. I mean, yeah, the Florida drivers are kind of crazy. They're kind of crazy, like, no doubt. But Scooby says if I have to go north of LA, I drive at 4:30 a.m. from San Diego. Heard that. Let me kick it over to Mo's Magic. I've lived a lot of places now, guys, in the United States, and everyone, there's a thing that people do that I've noticed, which is they always say that the people in the town that they currently are living are the worst drivers, right? Like that's like a thing that people do. They're like, Florida, the worst drivers. You know what I mean? And now that I've experienced driving for prolonged periods of times in multiple regions, I'm gonna say the worst drivers, Colorado. No fucking doubt, it's not even close. And my metric for that is frequency of totaled cars in accidents, not scary driving. Because if you actually think about it, Miami and Florida drivers are better than everyone else. Los Angeles drivers are better than everyone else. Because they're driving like NASCAR motherfuckers with less accidents. Colorado, they're just driving around, car flips into a ditch and explodes. What the fuck, dude? Like, you're real bad at this. You know what I'm saying? Like, every time I lived in Colorado for 9 years, and every time I visited Colorado for the holidays, I witnessed a car accident. For fucking years, guys. And I've only witnessed 2 accidents in Los Angeles in 8 years. With my eyes. I only saw 2 accidents. With millions of fucking people in the city. And the 405. Like, incomparable. Anecdotal evidence. I acknowledge that. But, pretty informative. Scooby says, yeah, LA drivers are pretty good, just ultra aggressive and angry. I would say ultra aggressive, not angry. Florida, ultra aggressive and angry. Because in Florida, motherfuckers will not, in Los Angeles, if you use your turn signal, a dude will let you in. Straight up. If you're like, shit, I need to get over, a dude will let you in. Not here. The motherfucker will ride you. You have to cut him off. Then he will get in front of you and brake check you. That's Florida. That's every fucking day, man. Every day. Dude gets mad because he won't let you in. Then he cuts you off after you cut him off, and he brake checks you, which, let me just say for the record, guys, if you brake check someone, that's attempted murder, son. That's just not okay. Like, I've had dudes get right out in front of me and slam their brakes on. I'm like, bro, if I'd hit you, I would have got out of this car and beat you to death. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would have straight up been like, you tried to murder me? Bro, it's self-defense. Like, you know what I mean? And in Florida, you can pull that off. Stand your ground. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they let these Florida men drive. That's the problem, Scooby Drew. Babble Rouser says he was in NC and SoCal, and why more aggressive. Yeah. Like, angry. Road rage. Yeah, I've had dudes going like 75, slam their brakes on in front of me. But I know it's coming because I know the fucking move. I grew up in Miami. You know what I mean? Babble Rouser. Yeah, that's a good description. They're super leisurely. They'll just pull out in the heavy traffic and expect you to not hit them. They don't give a fuck. Yo, Mo's Magic. The terrain is out of control, brother. I instantly noticed something was going on with driving the second I got to Florida. I was like, instantly had anxiety. I was like, oh, these fuckers. I was like, oh, yeah, this shit, man. That's right, Scooby. It's like, chill, bro. I need over. It's fucking hilarious. Chill, bruh. Yeah, no issues, man. It's way more beehole pucker. And you're right, like going in through Orlando, Sir Crow, it's way more beehole pucker than the 405. It's crazy. Needless guilt. Let me get some love in chat right there for a legend. Replay, you just got a tornado alert? over the fucking emergency contact system. Is that ham radio? All right, guys. Exclamation point whip. Anybody else wants to show off what they worked on? Hobo 2. It's Hobo 1. QSX. I'm listening on 66.6 hertz. I helped my dad put an antenna up the other day. Recoil. Love minis. Every time I left Florida, it rained one of those hard, can't see anything rains. Yeah. It's supposed to rain tonight. Expecting it any second now. So, exclamation point, 2X dogs, guys. Let me do some promos if no one else is going to whip it out. We'll get back to the book. Sir Crow, summer, it's always rainy. All right, we're doing a couple different promos. We got our wish list dice top promo. Also, it's 2XO dogs on Fridays now and beast mode multiplier. So if you're trying to get extra Yo DZs to get some gift bags, you know what's up. I got a big box from Spellcrow, Monument, Game Envy, and more. I just put out a bunch of packages the other day. We're on top of things over here. If you're looking to up your game, if you like what you see, exclamation point class. I do teach 5 days a week. Teleeducation, I have a syllabus, everything. You can sign up on Patreon. You'll get a auto message from the platform once you do, with a bunch of links to docs with your syllabus and pre-course assessment forms and further instructions. And then I will DM you later. We'll set up our classes. Mateo, what's up, brother? Says, what's up, dog? Just got here and heard you said you have a big box. Huge. The biggest. That's right, brother. Now, I said it's 2X Yo Dogs. And beast mode multipliers engaged. You get the most value for your donations today. And shout out to Baron of Dice. I'll show you guys a little preview here. So, moving into... So we have the Global Dice Fulfillment List, which I'm still adding names to because I ordered a shitload of them. And this is what we settled on, to get as close to Synthwave as possible. So what it is 2 sets of dice. One in kind of like a teal-y cyan and one of it a pink magenta-y. So dice sets will include one of each, right? So like if you'll get half and half. And that's the Synthwave. Getting them swirled together was not really an option. And I was able to up how many we're getting. Sir Crow, I did not, but they're on the way right now. They just gave me a notification of shipment. They were behind on their Kickstarter, so Kit kept putting it off. So this is the global. This is the bulk, right? I'm adding people to the list right now. You can't buy dice from me. You have to win them in some capacity or participate in one of my promotions. Like right now. Don Jamison says he'll be back in class next month. You sprained your right hand. Oh, fuck, dude. Are you okay, man? Now, here is a sneak peek. Now, these are not like 3D generated. But this is Baron of Dice artwork. And if you guys know anything about Baron of Dice, they are like the best dice in the game right now. They are matte finished, hard edged. They're not rounded. They're like razor edged. And matte finish. They are the best dice on the market right now. And they're kind of pricey. So if you guys have actually held Baron of dice in your hand, you've heard us talk about it on the podcast. Having matte, like square edge dice is a completely different experience. So fucking awesome. So we have a limited run of these dice coming out for the July promos. We're gonna have a dice dump in July, and he cut me a sick deal because he is a sponsor, and he let me do a limited run in a quantity that he normally doesn't fulfill. And so that's exclusive, man. You can't like that. Like, so you're not gonna be able to buy these. You're gonna stay tuned. Be ready for July. Let's kick it back to the obesity cradle. Rage Wolf, you got a set of the Blood Raven dice from Baron of Dice? Sick, right? Jameson, one of those dice coming in soon. Still being manufactured. They take forever to make. Chess X dice or rounded corners are fine too, Scooby Drew. We use those here. Most people, that's what they use for club dice. And they're a good price. But the dice that don't have rounded corners cost more to make. They don't tumble them. See? It's nice getting good mail instead of bills. Doug Jameson, I heard that, man. Yeah, I'm sorry you hurt your wrist, bro. That sucks. Fuck, where'd I put? There it is. A book. Okay, so what we're going to do here. I don't want to get it. Kind of want to remount it. Because it's kind of not going to be easy to do what I need to do next. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take some of this off. So it's not as... I'm actually going to bend it a little bit. That. We got our like incognito little hole right here. Getting this thing mounted correctly is kind of a whole thing. So that was part of our video too. cleaning out the dry glue. Okay, we're good. You're at work with a jacked hand. That money isn't going to make itself. Nope. Glue. Shove it in the hole. Hole we made. Where is my drying accelerant? I usually have it right there. Did I put it away like an idiot? Sometimes it's like right in front of me and I don't see it. Damn it. I don't know, man. I think I lost it. Oh, no, found it. I put it away like an idiot. A little bit of accelerator. Right there. So that's a little bit more stable. Yep. So we need to get to this thing. And I was in the process of painting it gold, but I'm starting to feel like that's not in our best interest. What I'm thinking we need to do is get it into that yellow spectrum. We pray Tornado get fucked. It's not as buff as my Dust Devils. But if I lose my house, I don't really care. Because you live in the basement. All right, before we get too carried away with this thing on the top, let's make these look better. So I want to do like a perimeter. Get a little white. See, we're taking a little white into the mix. We're trying to do like that outer edge effect. Good enough. It's good enough. What we need is to get these little gems right here to look a little better. So let's take a little of that like kind of blue mix we were using. We need to make it a little darker now. So I'm just going to add some purple and blue. And what we want to do is get a little darkness in the top left. A little heart pull. A little darker. I'm gonna go even further. Little heart pull right here. So a little dark, top left, bright, bottom right. Now you want to make the brush clean and dry, get a little white, and we're going to stipple a little white into the black area that we just created. A little dot if possible. There it is. Let's take a little of that white, stipple here. And see, these are like the half-fast gems that we do. These are like the really good ones. Still debating this thing. Let me look. I've got another picture of the box of it that I really like. See, and they went straight like the yellow of the staff, like the flame. And I kind of like that. I'm kind of into that. Now that I look at it, because it's kind of... That'd be kind of fun to do. And we already have a decent starting place. So I think what we do is we want to... I don't know, man. I don't know, man. I'm pondering. I like how they subtracted out of it. No, I think we're going to keep it the same. I think we're going to keep it gold. Well, so I think what we need to do is maybe get a little white. I think we need to kind of go a little hard here. So we want right here. I'm using the side of my brush, going for that tracer. And I'm kind of just running along these textures with a big brush tracer technique. Okay. Shout out to Ink. Thanks, Bidley Fits. Now we want to do kind of similar shit here. here. Now we want to take some golden brown. Get back into it with some golden brown. We need to introduce a little bit more saturation here with the golden brown effect. Because like I said, when you do the wish.com kind of dry brushing, you end up losing some of the saturation from this the yellow feeling in this paint of observed. And so we need to reinstall some of that. So I'm lowering the opacity a little bit here. With some more golden brown in the mix. We're doing kind of the same thing where we're hitting these edges, but we're also reinserting some of that yellowy feeling, you see? And I'm still using the big brush. So we want it to be kind of like bright on the outsides, dark in the core. And as always, I'm going to slack on the back. Or I'm going to paint it, but not as good. I'm like going to skip a couple detail steps. Get a little bit more golden brown. Actually like that, what I did there. Or bring a little bit more in from this angle. A little bit more opacity. Okay, I'm going to switch brush size. We're going to move down. Try to get a little bit more detail oriented here. So we want stunning pops, like hard stops. And we're going to be down to go back and forth between the ochre color and the white. See, we're just going to kind of trace some of these features, you see? And we're just using the same color, the exact same paints. And we're going bright, dark, and we're just showing it respect. Not really blending anything. Right now, what we're just doing is just doing some edge work on the shapes. And by showing it a little respect, we're able to get away with some lazy brush strokes. Running just tracers. See, bright, kind of hitting the edges. I'm not trying to do it all. Try to do the bright, dark, bright, tri-blend kind of technique. But most of this was because we dry brushed it, right? So we're just kind of following what we did, reinforcing it. Ink. What am I reading? Fret? Ink fret? Have you really painted that? Yeah, man. Thanks, Kramus. So, and we're trying not to kill ourselves on this. But now we're going to go even further into it. Let's grab some white. We're going to try to get a little bit more precise here with a heart pull. Right there. See, we're just boxing things out. See, just create the borders, frames and borders. Kindergarten rules. So just ramp it up. Now, what we want to do is just make sure that we're very clean and very white on some of these lines. Toward the tips, you see? Now let's tone it down. Let's go back a step to the golden brown. Down in here. Now I want to carve in a little bit, so let's go back further in time by adding some burnt orange to the mix and some mahogany. I want to reinstall a dark border here using the heart pull, semi-opaque and a little wet. See that? Create that separation. Bidley Fit says he loves the color choice. Thanks, man. So we're just making the dark stuff a little darker selectively. Let's grab a little bit more of the golden brown mix, kind of split the difference. Right there. We're kind of repairing or any wacky line we see. Like right there. Our dry brushing got a little wacky. A little bit more white. Try to add a little highlight to the kind of shelf that holds these little symbols in. With it. Let's go back to pure golden brown. A little bit more white. Go. Now let's try easy peasy, note to self, chili sauce from the Hunan province of China is stupid. It's going to recovery before painting more tonight. I'm going to do recovery. You're going into recovery? Damn. Like, it's too spicy? Is that what you're saying? It's like it's bullshit. Exclamation point 2x dogs. You can get in the final four tonight for as little as 1 penny, it looks like. Now, we got to paint these little eye dealies. Oh, look at that. That's interesting. Okay, so I think we can let's just see if we can go with blue. So I'm going to take the blue, the jade mix that we use, and I'm going to see if I can just carefully paint this eye. Some stipples. It's mostly opaque. The only part of it that's not is because we put the transparent in it. Transparent blue, jade. And we're trying to get just like this dark blue in there. It's more than bullshit. It's as if the motive was, I like spicy, but I want more spicy. So much more people shit blood. Oh my god. Go! My man likes it raw! Exclamation point raw. B-dubs, Terrain Forge. 230 bonus Yo Dogs Beast Mode Friday. 2x Yo Dogs Engage. Making some strong man love and chat from my boy right there. What's up, brother? Thank you for your support, man. How you doing right now? I was avoiding the eye slits, but that doesn't seem feasible right now. Look at these things, B-dubs, like just embedded in here. It's like a whole ass fucking thing. Look at this. So let's take some water. Water this down a lot. Get the eye that we mostly painted white. Tongue, I'm thinking kind of thinking black for the tongue, actually. Last thing we do. All right, B-dubs. We use just like the trifecta of blues over here. And I just accidentally put some ivory in it. That's fine because I was about to brighten it up anyway. So what I want to do is something like this. That, and let's grab some white in the mix. That's right, B-dubs. We're going to do a little gradient action. So we're just going to get a little brighter. I use it a little noosh, a little heart pull, semi-opaque. See, we're just closing the gradient in toward the center, radio highlight. The big eye slits are going to be a bit challenging. But cool, what's up, brother? So let's add more white, maybe a little bit more jade. Heart pull. Heart pull.
Started for nothing, we did it, we made it, we turned into something. I said what I be, but they ain't believe, they thought we was bluffing. You give what you give, I gave it my all, now we in a running.
A little noosh in there. More white, little noosh. B-dubs, would you do an altered down glow around them as well? No, I'm not gonna do any glows with blues and yellows. Usually what happens is it just turns green.
what I be, but they ain't believe, they thought we was bluffing. You give what you give, I gave it my all, now we in a running. I did it, I did. I did it, I did.
Running some tracer tech.
Started for nothing, we did it, we made it, we turned into something. I said what I be, but they ain't believe, they thought we was bluffing. You give what you give, I gave it my all, now we in a running. I did it, I did. I did it, I did. I did it, I did. Remember they used to doubt the boy. Remember they used to doubt me. I kept a vision around me. Whole team know it isn't about me. Been through the peaks, been through the valleys. If I try to quit, they wouldn't allow me. Breaking the bread up and passing.
What I want is
Walking achievement.
take some pure white. And I want to get inside this slit. Yeah.
That's how we feel. It's hard to conceal. It's hard to conceal. Started for nothing, we did it, we made it, we turned into something. I said what I be, but they ain't believe, they thought we was bluffing. You give what you give, I gave it my all, now we in a running. I did it, I did. I did it, I did. I did it, I did. Started for nothing, we did it, we made it.
How you like me now? Don't fuck this style. Ruthless, wow. Do you wanna get your teeth knocked the fuck out? Wanna get on it like that? Well then shout.
You're the cream of the crop, dog.
My man Recoil. 2X Yo Dogs every Friday. Coil Daddy coming in. The cream always rises, man. And see, we're putting some white in the core. It's tricky because they did that 3D sculpted channel in there. So you kind of are obligated to paint it a different color. Now, obviously, black would be like the iris color, I guess. Is that right? Or the pupil color? But I don't think that's in the cards. We gotta go kind of crazy. So here's what I'm thinking. Let's do the old transparent red. The old transparent red trick with a little noosh and water. And what we want to do is put it in there, but we want to use this. We want to subtract a little bit from the center with the noosh. You see? And I want to reveal some of the white like that. You see? We want it to mostly sit in the recess, you see? Let that dry. While that's drying, I'm going to pour out a little coal black. We got 11, 12 minutes left. Shout out to my man Recoil and B-Dubs Terrain and Forge. Let's put a little coal black down. And like I was saying, I'm feeling the tongue is black. Nice, nice. With that, now 10.5 minutes left. Let's take some white. Mix it a teensy bit with the transparent red. Just open that up right there a little bit. Let's go with white and a teensy bit of jade. And a little tracer right there. Went a little harder than I intended there. I gotta go back a step. Clean that up. There we go. That's what I was looking for. Yeah, I'm with that. Woo! Oh yeah. But cool says, why no Saturday stream? I work all week Friday and Saturday streams were the highlight of my week. I'm sorry, man. That sucks, dude. Now, after all these years, I decided to move it's a Monday so that I can teach Monday through Friday and just take the weekends off. It's been essentially impossible for me to do things like Rogue Trader tournaments, breakfast with my parents, like go out to lunch with my aunt, like stuff that has become important to me now that I've moved to Florida. I can't really do with my current schedule. And so changed it around. And now I teach 5 days a week. Yep, it's looking hype. But that book is sexy book. Ooh, poop in my pants. Ugh. But cool. Just understand, you worked every weekend for 16 years. You get it. So, here's our book. I'm Mr. Fate Weaver. We're looking good now. This the reason we left it off was so that, because look how important the book is to the model. Only the Fate Weaver uses the book. The rest of them, they just have like spears and shit. You can dry brush that shit. This book is crucial, a crucial focal point. We had to leave it off because he's just a big ass bird, right? So the nut curtain and the book are such focal points of this model, and then obviously the wings are going to be. So part of this content, if you go back to the VOD, you see our sub-assembly process, the airbrushing process, everything up to now. Tuesday, we're going to start airbrushing the wings. But this is what we've been focused on. We're creating like really really focused videos this year, sponsored by the community. So I'm feeling that. That's pretty fucking good, man. That's about the best fucking Fate Weaver I've seen. Outside the box art. The box art one's better. Can't wait for these wings. We used a lot of cheat codes on this. A lot. Dry brushing, all sorts of shit, man. Babble Rouser, this is Zinch. This is Zinch Demons, the Fate Weaver. And thanks, McCool. I'm sorry, brother. It's touching to hear you say like that Friday and Saturday were highlights for you. That makes me really fucking happy to hear. But also it makes me sad. I'm sorry that the Saturday that you look forward to has been changed up. But also, thank you for the validation. No, Babble Rouser, yeah, I figured you knew what you meant. And this, of course, is paired with, so they're two different factions, but the same god, right? Is the Ahriman that we painted up goes with this. This is the same series. These are the same blues, the same gold workups, the same cloth workups, everything. You see, they're meant to be part of the same instruction. So whether or not you're doing the 1K Suns or not. See? Savage Shark, thanks, man. Balbarossa, yes. Thousand Suns worship Zinch. That's and Fate Weaver is basically like Zinch's main dude. That's like his main guy, main operator on Earth or in the mortal realms. And like Ahriman, second main operator, but I think Ahriman like resents them is kind of like the thing. Like Magnus is obviously top tier, but also I think Magnus resents him. So I think like as far as like that like they're definitely big time, you know, agents of Zinch, and you're gonna be manipulated by Zinch no matter what you do. I don't think his heart's in it. Neither is Magnus's, but this guy's entire creation is his heart's in it. You know what I mean? Idiot and a rampage, my guy. Let me get some love.
Evidently, I can't control myself.
Yo.
All good, bro. I'm going back on the weekend shift from next year after when someone I work with retires.
Oh, but cool. So it's gonna work out next year. So you just gotta miss out on Saturdays for the rest for 6 months. Then next year you get to. It's all weekdays. So we'll fix it. I'm so happy to hear that. 23 or 69 bonus Yodogs from a cool double Yodogs for both of you guys. Thank you so much for your support. Babble Rouser, yes. Ahriman was a part of the heresy along with Magnus. He cast the rubric trying to save. Like, so the reason that like Thousand Suns are mindless automatons is because he fucked up. He was trying to save his dudes from like the endless like Zinch mutations because he is the Lord of Change, like evolution and mutation, and he fucked it up. So he kind of mad about that. Magnus was, you know, manipulated into his role. That's right, easy peasy. Ahriman was Magnus's right hand man. Or highest ranking person, not Magnus, right? Magnus was manipulated by the fates into Zinch path, but Fate Weaver, no, he's all in, dude. He's all like, you take the shit out of some stuff, dog. We'll go fucking ham on this shit. And we did paint a Magnus as well to start the whole series. Now, I didn't take any really good pictures of Magnus, unfortunately. But there are some reels on Instagram.
It's time to get swifty. Uh-oh. We gotta get swifty. Oh, yeah. Take off your pants and your panties. Shit on the floor.
Gonna get some love in the chat right there. Technically 20 seconds overtime. B-Dubs, Recoil, Matt Cool, and 80 in a Rampage. Thank you guys for your support today. And anyone who supported my wish list and our dice dump, you can continue to do that. You'll see that I have a Facebook post about it. Follow the instructions. Just DM me on Facebook. If you see that post, you'll see the link. And I'll hook you up. The promo is active until I say otherwise. Niece says, I got a question. Do you know starter sets for Warhammer? Yeah. What's your question? Outside of that question, that was a question. Let me write some names down. Names added to the list. Let's close the palette. Right. Let's set up a raid. I will be back Tuesday. We're going to start airbrushing the wings. Oh, shit. We never got raided by Monument. Are they doing something special? They normally end before we end, right? Isn't Wyatt usually on today? Or Thank you, Scooby. Hope to see you on our class schedule soon. Can someone scout out Monument and see what's going on? Are they about to end or something?
Crows on it and everything. I don't know. Just struck me as a cool concept. Dying city in the background kind of idea. The Road to Nowhere is the name of that one.
I just sent him a message.
Yeah, Foker, no problem.
I don't see White on.
Get a little more aggressive with the coloring over here in the shadowed side. We'll darken that back up with another color too. Probably maybe a
I'm stocking them.
Really like the idea.
Well, huzzah, huzzah! I'll just throw back my legs and pollute my breeches with delight.
See what he says. Did he not read his fucking command? Just alerted his ass.
Who dat? Oh, I lost my screen over here. Dadgum. Clicking all the buttons. Kitty! Kitty! We're here! Kitty streamed the same time I did. I sent you a message.
Oh, you sent me a message?
Early. If
What?
I already caught up with the 50, yeah, exactly. Also, a fun, weird lighting trick using odd colors for base colors. Yep, definitely. The Usharon that I use the Dark Sea bin as the undercoat for red.
He said he sent me a message.
Great.
Let's go read his message.
You get to have a bunch of neat playing around. I love blues and purples as undercoats for red, but when greens are also on the table when doing like undead, right?
He didn't send me a fucking message.
The color to kind of carry
Just
on
made some shit up.
the story. Of
Fuck
the
this guy.
model. And in Usharon's case, you know, he's like I don't know, not really undead, right? He's a ghoul king or something like that, but idea is primarily the same. Big nutty ghoul.
This wants to get into Warhammer. Where do you start? Everyone in there has just answered it. Start by going through all the art and picking the faction that speaks to you. That's how I start. Like, go based on pure fucking artwork. Don't even worry about rules.
Putting it underneath stuff.
Then the rules will come. All right, let's set up a raid. We'll raid Monument. Monument Hobbies. The raid is ticking down. Join up. Bring the length, the girth, the positivity. All right. I'll see you guys on Tuesday. As always, until we meet again, play on, players.